where 0 is less than c, which is less than 3, is g prime of c equal to the average rate found in part B? Explain your reasoning. Let's break this down. So how many values c, where 0 is less than c, which is less than 3, is g prime of c equal to the average rate found in part B? Well, the average rate found in part B, that was 7/3. That was 7/3. And then so I know g prime of x equals f of x. So g prime of x equals f of x. So I need f of x, I'm looking for f of x equals 7/3. So if I think about that on my graph, 7/3, well, 3/3 would be here, 6/3 would be here, 7/3 would be right here. So if that's 7/3, I see it crosses 2 times here. So then I know there's 2 values of c where g prime of c is equal to the average rate of change. Let's restate that question, then we'll explain our reasoning. There are 2 values of c such that g prime of c equals 7/3 because g prime of x, here's where we get to the explained part, g prime of x equals f of x, and f of x equals 7/3 in, or at, 2 x values. There you go. If you got stuck on that, that's probably one of the hardest questions we've seen so far. That's a tough one. Rewind and review it if you need to. Let's get to part D. Find the x-coordinate of each point of inflection of the graph of g on the interval 0 to 7. Justify your answer. So point of inflection. That would mean g changes concavity. Well, I don't have a picture of g, so that's not very helpful. But I do know that if g changes concavity, that then g prime of x goes increasing to from decreasing. And then I also know that g prime is the same as the graph we have up here, because g prime equals f of x. So I'm going to look for where this is happening and then use that to justify my answer. So let's look for g prime goes from increasing to decreasing. I see g prime, let's restate that again, g prime equals f of x here, because remember g is the integral, so then g prime equals f. I see g prime, or f, is increasing and then decreasing, so this will be a point of inflection on g, and then here I see it's decreasing and then increasing, so this would be a point of inflection on g as well. So we have our reasoning, our 2 x values. Let's put it into words now. The x coordinates of the points of inflection of g are x equals 2 and x equals 5, because, need to justify, because g prime of x equals f of x, important to always state this in these types of questions, and at x equals 2, g prime of x changes from increasing to decreasing, and at x equals, what was the other point? X equals 5 from up here. X equals 5, g prime of x changes from decreasing to increasing. There we go. We have our justification. Again, tough FRQ. If you get this down, you're going to be prepared for tomorrow. So give it your best, and I'll see you in FRQ, fourth and final one, FRQ D.